Hi Vidiji, welcome to Love is Cancer and Zen Oncod.io.
Thank you.
And this is our Cancer Healing Journey Talks, where we invite speakers who have gone through cancer, maybe as patients, caregiver, or survivor, to share their journey so that other cancer patients and caregivers going through a similar journey can get inspired. And being a survivor myself, I feel that it's really important to listen to others' journey. Like it inspires us that when they have been through so much and came out of it, then we can too. So thank you for giving your time and being with us. It's an honor to have you with us.
Thank you. It's a great opportunity to be here with you. Thank you so much for having me here.
Thank you. So could you please introduce yourself and share your journey with us?
Sure. So my name is Vidhi, and I'm a counselor by profession and a dance movement therapist.
Wow.
And I started working for this NGO called Access Life, where there were kids who were going through cancer treatments. So I am basically from Nagpur and I shifted to Bombay 4 years back. And the first year, I happened to meet Ankit, who's the founder of this NGO. And since I just finished my master's and I was just looking for opportunities, so one of my friends suggested me that you're a cancer, why don't you work with them? So being on the field of counseling and being in the field of social service, I thought it was an opportunity for me to serve in some way. So that's when I started working with these kids, and it was for 2 years. I was a counselor to them in the Thane center, and my heart goes out to these kids and people who have been surviving, living with cancer. My own grandfather had cancer, and I had a my first cousin. She expired when she was 4 years. She was living with cancer, and because of she had eye cancer, and I was very close to her. But unfortunately, she expired, and after that, I mean, I was very young when all these things happened, and I didn't know I'll be really serving somebody who would be, but whenever I would see these kids, I would always get reminded of my little sister. And yeah, I think I've been using a lot of different mediums for these kids. Sometimes it would be art, counseling, it would be painting, it would be fun games, it would be dance movement, it would be just sometimes we would have normal stories. So one of the most beautiful story that I have with me is I am personally very scared of injections, like very, very scared. And I think because of these kids, I am still scared, but I think it's still got a little better because of these kids. So every Monday I would visit them, and one Monday we had this storytelling where these kids are telling me injections are their best friends now because they got so immune to injections, and they are all telling me various stories of how their fears. They're like, हमें कोई फर्क ही नहीं पड़ता, मतलब doesn't matter, हमें हर हर दिन एक इंजेक्शन लगता है, हमें हॉस्पिटल जाना होता है, doesn't matter. And I was like, okay, well, with the courage they said this, and a lot of things I think have shifted for me, learning from them, seeing them, and yeah, it's been, and I still continue to sort of volunteer. Um, Maybe my roles have changed. I don't volunteer as a counselor now, but yeah, I keep visiting them. Of course, pandemics mein nahi, but pehle bhi I would just go visit them. So initially I used to stay in Thane. Now I stay in Ghatkopar. So ऐसा होता है कि अभी ठाणे नहीं जाना होता है, but whenever I can go, I do visit the Chambers centers, and I think they are family for me. So I don't feel a hitch कि अरे अभी जाना है. I mean, I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. So
So
kids really teach us a lot.
yeah, I think it's been and also what Dimple is doing. I met her at one of the retreats. So she's been very inspiring. Her journey's been very inspiring for personally for me. And yeah, you mentioned that you have been a survivor. I'm sure it would have taken a lot to actually come out of it and just, share. So yeah,
Yes. So you said your grandfather had cancer and your cousin had cancer. So could
yeah,
you
the
please
first one.
share what were the symptoms and how it got diagnosed?
So my cousin, she had eye cancer. So when she was the first, her one eye was removed because of cancer, so she could partially see. Then the cancer had spread in both the eyes and like the entire body and everything. So we had to remove both the eyes. And this was at the age of 4, when she was 4. And she expired. Actually, October is the month where 20th October is the day when she left this world. So yeah, and so she would like complain that she can't see, something is happening, and then it got diagnosed and a lot of things. So it was quite a process. I was like, I was way too young when this happened. So she's my actually dad's brother's sister, daughter. So yeah, and my grandfather, luckily, my grandfather, uh, lucky in a way that he didn't have to go through a lot. He was just diagnosed and he passed away after that. So it was painful, but yeah, I think for him it was good because he didn't have to go through a lot of pain and all that.
Okay. So what treatment did she underwent? Your
Uh, uh, the
cousin and
treat
your grandfather?
the treatment was of course operation. Operation was there, and we would try and do. So my grandma was the one who would take care of her a lot. So she would be more on these medications, and most of them it was allopathy. Um, because this was like I'm talking about 2009, 2010,
Oh,
yeah, almost 10 years back. So yeah, I think before that. So it was both. It was normal allopathy operation and normal treatment that will happen. Yeah.
okay. So what type of cancer your grandfather had?
He had hernia.
Okay. And what were
Yeah.
the symptoms for that?
So he would complain of pain in the like in the abdomen and all that. Eventually, it took us a time also to like identify what actually is there. A lot of tests and everything,
Hmm.
and he got diagnosed, and we didn't tell him that he had cancer. And
Okay.
just after a day or two, he passed away.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how did you took the shock of cancer, like cancer news of your cousin and your grandfather?
So my cousin, because I was way too young and I was very attached to her, because she was the youngest in the family. So I said, hey, that's my sister, and like being that sibling bond. So I remember very this image always stays in my mind that. So I was in Nagpur then when we got to know about her, and my mother just told me that, hey, do you see this star? And that's Pinky. That was my cousin. And I was like, why is she in this star? Aren't we gonna go meet her in Ahmedabad? And she said, no, she's become a star because I was hardly, I think, fifth or sixth standard. So she was like, no, that she's become a star. And I sort of started puking because I didn't know what it meant. And it was so, like, it was absolutely, I was very close to her. Because, like, while we are growing up, the siblings, we are like, oh, she's my youngest sibling and all of it.
Yes.
So that time we didn't understand this much that she had cancer. We just knew that there's something not right with her. She's sick. That's what our parents always told us. So when we went to Ahmedabad, I still remember my mom telling my chachu that so we went later. Like when she passed away, we didn't go then. We went like 15 days later. So I remember my mom telling my chachu that we should have come because my parents are very close to her. So yeah, but I think like I don't know, it's not a balance, but when I see these kids and when I'm serving these kids, is just some sort of compassion I have, that at least if I could not serve Pinky, I could serve these kids. I could, just spend some time with them, and they don't need much. They just need much. They just need your like the kids at the home. They just yeah, I think they just need some of your time and love. They don't need much.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when did you decided that okay, you need to serve cancer patients, like cancer kids?
So actually, it came very honestly, it came like just a good opportunity for me on my way. I had not thought that I would be serving, somebody who's going through cancer. But as I mentioned, when I shifted so I was doing my master's in Pune, and after that, I came to Bombay. I was just a fresher and was trying to find jobs in Bombay and all. And I thought, okay, chalo, this is so. I have this friend who I had met in one of the retreats, and she said, "Hey, my friend owns this NGO. Why don't you go visit them?" I said, "Okay, chalo, it's very close to my house. I'll just go visit them." And I asked him, can I do counseling because I've just become a counselor, and they were like, "Oh yeah, yeah, whatever you want to do." So yeah, I think the universe just wanted me to somehow serve them, and I just
Yeah.
got the right opportunity, like at the right time, and I was like, great. And now when I sit back and think, I think it's been a beautiful journey with them.
Uh,
So yeah.
yeah. So could you please share your some of your experiences at the NGO?
Sure. So, one of my favorite incidents, as I shared, was this injection story that
Yeah.
really does make me feel so like so fearless in some ways. And then we would have this days when there would be these top secret moments where so we would just share top secret stories. So the kids would share what they are going through, and I would assure them that hey, I'll not share with anybody, and of course I would not. So we would have every session would have a different name. That today is a fun Monday, or like a fun art class, and yeah. So I think. So what also happened was one of the kids there who I started my first counseling session with. After few years, I got to know that she could not survive, like she was no more, and she wanted to become this IPS officer. I was like, oh, I was so close that she had told me her actual steps, what she's going to do, how she's going to go across and everything, and I was like, oh God. But yeah, I think so I'd spoken to her mother later. She called me and she shared that, she wanted to become this. And I was like, yeah, but maybe that's how we take it. Like, I mean, of course, it's not easy, but yeah, we just take it. Uh,
So you rightly said that kids teach us a lot. So what are your learnings from kids?
so my learnings are, I think I learned being a lot more patient. Like my patience level has been, so of course I'm a counselor, so I need a lot of patience any which ways.
Yeah.
But I think with them, I learned because I was in a so close proximity with them that I would see them every week. I would have like almost 2 hours session with them every week. So it was like a routine. So even the simplest idea of um like if sometimes I would tell them that today I haven't planned anything for y'all. Do you want to tell me what is it that you want to do? And they would just come up with some random idea, like just maybe playing out and like I mean it's a very simple thing. I think that we make life very complicated. Like it's they would always teach me that दीदी ठीक है simple है नहीं है ना आज आपका plan ठीक है हम कुछ और करते हैं. So they would teach me something they would know. And
Wow.
we would just learn from. I think honestly I was not doing anything for them. It was they were the ones who was doing this for me. Like just and I would counsel their parents basically. Like
Okay.
I would counsel because most of them they do come from outside of Bombay, and the only question everybody would ask me is like हमने क्या किया है कि आज हमारे बच्चों को कैंसर है, and they are so young kids. So, and plus they don't have they so basically I don't know if you know about Access Life, but they basically provide them homes.
Yes, yes, I know that.
So आपकी गलती नहीं है, but then you have to stay with it. So even I think while counseling these parents, it was quite like challenging, but also it was it was in a way I think I became more patient as a person, that my patience level went like better, I felt. Yeah.
Wow. सो
Yeah.
किड्स से हम बहुत कुछ सीखते तो हैं, बट कभी कभी उनको समझाना बहुत ज़्यादा मुश्किल हो जाता है कि ओके, दीज आर द रिस्ट्रिक्शंस यू नीड टू फॉलो, एंड दीज आर द थिंग्स यू नीड टू फॉलो. सो आप उन्हें कैसे समझाते थे ये सब?
तो मैं एक फंडा अपनाती थी कि मैं उनके साथ हमेशा गेम्स खेलती थी। एंड मैं गेम्स खेल के उन्हें, जैसे बाउंड्रीज है, या जैसे वो लोगों को डेयरी मिल्क, उनको चॉकलेट्स खाना अलाउड नहीं था, केक खाना अलाउड नहीं था, तो मैं उनसे हमेशा पूछती थी कि तुम्हारी क्या इच्छाएं हैं जो तुम ठीक होने के बाद घर जाके करना चाहोगे। एंड उनके पास एक लंबी सी लिस्ट होती थी कि अच्छा दीदी हमें ये करना है, हमें ये करना है। तो देन वाया गेम्स मैं उन्हें समझाती थी कि देखो हमारे पास सर्टेन बाउंड्रीज है जो हम क्रॉस नहीं कर सकते हैं, एंड जब हम ठीक हो जाएंगे तब हम वो बाउंड्री क्रॉस करेंगे। सो देयर वाज दिस स्टोरी व्हिच आई वुड ऑलवेज टेल देम, इज कि अगर हम कोई पहाड़ पे जा रहे हैं एंड वहां पे ऑन द वे कोई ब्रिज है, तो जरूरी नहीं है कि वो ही ब्रिज हम उस तरह से क्रॉस कर सके जैसा है, बट कभी कभी वो ब्रिज में हमें देखना होता है कि मतलब वो टूटा तो नहीं है, एंड ऑल ऑफ दैट. So that's how I would give them metaphorical examples, and I would do that. And I would also do a lot of art therapy with them. Like I would give them papers and colors and everything which they would have, and हम लोग एक थीम रखते थे कि आज हम वो बनाएंगे जो हम लाइफ में करना चाहते हैं।
ओह वाओ.
शायद अभी नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, बट उसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि कभी नहीं कर पाएंगे। So then, and honestly, I think like with deep in my heart, I would always say that the stories that would come up with their drawings would be beautiful. Like, yeah,
Wow. Yes. Like they come up with instant ideas, and uh, not just ideas, like इतना ज़्यादा हम भी नहीं सोच सकते हैं. ये वो इतनी छोटी छोटी चीज़ों से इतना सब कुछ सिखाते हैं. Like when I was admitted in the hospital and I saw kids around me, I was like, okay, they are going through so much and they don't even know what they are going through. And still they are
exactly.
enjoying that phase. So like I don't
Yeah,
have any reason and I don't have any rights to ask why me.
yeah.
Yes. Kids also inspired me a lot on my journey.
I'm sure. I think they always do. Like, as you said, I think just seeing them around is, I think they're just infecting joy everywhere. Like,
Yes.
they just, yeah.
Like they taught me that you can be happy without any reason. We elders find reason that okay, आज हमारी लाइफ में ऐसा कुछ अच्छा हुआ इसलिए हम हैप्पी है. कल को वो रीजन नहीं हुआ तो हम दूसरा रीजन ढूंढेंगे हैप्पी होने के लिए, बट दे आर जस्ट हैप्पी विदाउट एनी रीजन, एंड दैट इज माय बिगेस्ट लेसन फॉर फ्रॉम देम.
Yeah, that's so true. Like exactly. मतलब उनके साथ रह के it would always be कि they are just trying to tell us कि I think they also taught me a lot of acceptance about our own self. मतलब हम जैसे हैं we are good, because
Yes.
they would not like they would not compare, और मतलब वो लोग में ऐसा फैक्टर, हाँ कभी कभी ऐसे होता था कि कोई अगर न्यू बच्चा आ रहा है तो ऑफ कोर्स उन्हें कंफर्टेबल होने में थोड़ा समय लगता था। तो मैंने आज तक नहीं देखा वहां पे कि ऐसे उनमें कुछ मतलब कोई यहाँ से आ रहा है, कोई दूसरे शहर से आ रहा है, या कोई दूसरे इकोनॉमिक स्टैंडर्ड से आ रहा है, तो मैंने कभी भी उन लोगों में कुछ मतलब उतार चढ़ाव नहीं देखा एक दूसरे को डील करने में, which I feel ki there was no barrier in treating each other. And that was one thing I also carry as a learning.
Yes.
Yeah.
There is a lot more to learn from kids.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
So how your life has changed after your counseling sessions with kids?
So, yeah, I think a lot has changed. मतलब sometimes the way I जैसे मैंने बोला कि accepting of my own self, I think वो भी एक बहुत simple बन गया है मेरे लिए कि you are the way you are, and you know there is no different, मतलब पहले मैं कभी-कभी खुद को बहुत inferior महसूस करती थी, या ऐसे कभी situations में मुझे लगता था कि अरे शायद मैं इस चीज़ के लिए सही नहीं हूँ, but I think being with them and experiencing their company, फिर मुझे लगने लगा कि नहीं यार ऐसा नहीं है, like I am good and I am like मेरे लिए चीज़ें शायद अलग हो, बट उसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि मेरे लिए चीज़ें गलत है। So that was yeah, and acceptance overall about a lot of things, being more patient. Patience I think मुझे एकदम कैंसर मतलब because वो लोग खुद इतनी चीज़ों से गुजरते हैं, especially the parents also. Like they
Yes.
also taught me a lot क्योंकि मेरे अक्सर सेशंस मेरे इनिशियल सेशंस बट पेरेंट्स के साथ होते थे, एंड उसके बाद हम लोग फिर बच्चों के साथ ग्रुप सेशंस करते थे। तो even like the parents ki, you know, they would cry, went out, express everything, but then they would still at the end tell me कि आपको पता है, हमें पता है कि हमें यहीं रहना है जब तक कि हमारा बच्चा ठीक नहीं हो जाता, but just just that faith कि ठीक है, अभी हमने बोल दिया, अभी हमने एक्सप्रेस कर दिया, अभी ठीक है, अभी हम एक हफ्ते मतलब like we'll be okay till we go back home.
Yes.
तो yeah.
Yeah. That faith is very important.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. I think, and even making them trust कि it's not only you, like आपके साथ हुआ है, but यहाँ पे जितने लोग हैं सब सब एक reason से यहाँ पे है.
Yes, you are not
So
alone.
yeah, you're not alone. And बहुत सारी community. Lot of times we would do activities for parents also, where I would just talk to them in a group session. तो सब यही बोलते थे कि हमारे साथ क्यों हुआ ऐसा, लाइक व्हाई अस, हमारे बच्चों ने क्या बिगाड़ा है। तब इनिशियली थोड़ा बुरा लगता था कि अरे यार आपकी गलती नहीं है, बट इवेंचुअली आई फाउंड अ वे आउट टू दिस कि ठीक है, देन आई वुड टेल देम कि आपको अपना ग्लास फुल रखना है ताकि आप अपने बच्चे को सर्व कर पाए, या यू एबल टू लुक एट फ्रॉम अनदर पर्सपेक्टिव कि ठीक है जो हुआ वो हुआ है, बट या
यस। सो आप उन पेरेंट्स को समझाते कैसे हो? लाइक दे से लाइक हमने कुछ गलती कर दी क्या केयर करने में जो इन्हें कैंसर हो गया है? So there is a lot that what we did wrong.
हम्म।
So how you counsel those parents?
So firstly, I would listen. मतलब I would like I think अगर 1 घंटा का सेशन है तो मैं 45 minutes तक तो सुन ही रही होती हूँ, because they I think listening is very important. Like half of their मुझे ज्यादा समझाना ही नहीं पड़ता था, because वो खुद ही बोल के उनको खुद ही लगने लग जाता था. I would just ask them certain questions in between कि ठीक है चलो मानते हैं कि आपकी कुछ गलती है, या मानते हैं आपकी कुछ कमी रह गई, ये आपको लग रहा है. तो देन दे वुड से नहीं नहीं हम तो सब करते थे, हम बराबर खाना पीता. तो मैंने बोला बस फिर गलती किसका है, लाइक सो
Yeah.
जस्ट ब्रेकिंग इट टू अ सिंपलर टर्म कि इट्स नॉट योर फॉल्ट. What has happened, but it's you've not chosen this, it's come to you because you are stronger, your belief system is stronger. So we just have to keep hope and faith ki theek hai. And a lot of times we would do these circle facilitations, which really help. Like, because if everyone is sharing their pain and we are just holding it together, तो lot of times हमें समझाना भी नहीं पड़ता था. मतलब they would always say कि after the circle they would share कि नहीं ठीक है अच्छा लग रहा है अभी. मतलब वो
Like
faith reaffirm होता था.
yes, they get it space to express their emotions in that circle.
Exactly. Yeah.
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 So any message you want to give to patients or caregivers, like small kids or parents?
So I think take care of your own self because I think हमारा खुद का ग्लास भरा होना चाहिए before we go and help anybody for that matter. And that's what I think I was able to do this for a very long period because I made sure my mental and emotional health was balanced. एंड वो बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है क्योंकि अगर हम किसी और की मदद करना चाहते हैं तो उसके लिए हमें अपनी एनर्जी की ज़रूरत होगी। So yeah, and it's just that कि it's not your fault of whatever has happened. Just be positive and yeah, feel free to reach out to anybody for that matter to express how you're feeling, to vent out, to articulate, do more art, do something that you like. So yeah,
Yes, truly said. These are the things that helps on our journey.
yeah.
Yeah. So it's really very inspiring talking to you. Thank
Thank you
you.
so much.
Thank you so much. And there is a lot more to learn from you.
I think we are just all learning from each other, and that's how we are just holding spaces for each other. So, yeah.
Yes. Okay. Thank you so much. And best wishes to you.
Thank you. You
Thank
too.
you.
Please take care. Yeah.
Yes, you too. Bye.
Bye.